I
All
love
right,
it.
all right, pal. Let's talk about the reason why we're here. Let's
Oh
talk
god,
about Dwayne. And here's the title of this video: Has The Rock gone too far this time?
Kevin. Look, Wrestling Uncovered, your channel, which by the way is now popping off.
Yes.
Shout out to you in the Ring Boy scandal video,
Thank you.
Kevin.
Thank you.
As you're probably thanking God for those Ring Boys right now. That the channel's popping off. No, no, 50,000 views or whatever. Like
Incredible.
gained like 300, 400 subs. Or that's nuts. Great video. Music use
Thank
was
you.
awesome. Did a lot of research into that, and still half the comments are saying, "Oh, you didn't pronounce this one person's name correctly," and you're like, "I'm literally Spanish. Like I just said it for whatever."
Yeah.
Anyway,
And then if I go out there, I'm like Geraldo Rivera. Nobody's gonna know what I'm saying. They're gonna be like, "Who is Geraldo?" So, like, whatever. Stupid people, bro. But I digress. Go ahead.
but yeah, so that video is cooking. But anyway, Wrestling Uncovered is doing a whole video. You may have dropped it by now. I don't know about The Rock, political chess. Terry Bollea is like the comparison here. With regards to The Rock, now I'll address what happened on Raw, and then we'll get to your whatever you want to say here. On Raw, it was how they handled this is a bit weird. Like they had those like "We Want Cody" hashtag signs, as though this was 2014 with Daniel Bryan and the Yes Movement. They had their little paper signs. They had that, which I thought was really interesting. They had like plant signs. They were giving them out at the show, which is intriguing. Commentary was like, obviously nothing's confirmed. There's a press conference or there's a thing happening in Vegas on Thursday. Nothing is confirmed, but it looks like this is going to happen. It's really weird. It's really odd.
My wheels are turning as you're speaking right now.
Mhm.
My wheels are
Yeah.
turning, and I'm thinking this. What if at the press conference, right? Cody's like, "Of course I'm gonna face you at WrestleMania, Roman, and The Rock's gonna be in my corner to keep the hooded Samoans away from me." And we all just got worked, and everybody got so upset for no reason.
See, that would be perfect if that's what they do. If they don't do that, though, and if the press conference ends with Rock and Roman doing a face off again and Cody's just off to the if that's what happens again, then I'm considering selling my Elimination Chamber tickets because what's the point? Why? And a couple of the little things, I'll also address this little argument now, and then you go on with wherever you want to go with it. Obviously, the comments come in, well, Rock and Roman's a draw. And it's like, one, WrestleMania sells out by itself because it's WrestleMania. So you're not trying to sell WrestleMania tickets. That's sold out by itself. Near enough every WWE, Raw, and SmackDown, and most live events for the last year have sold out, led by Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes is like the main face of the company, selling out those shows. It sure as hell isn't Roman. So Cody's selling out buildings night after night himself. Make it seem like Cody Rhodes is some little indie schmuck. It's Dusty Rhodes' son. I mean, you've talked about this, how in AEW, he doesn't fit. He didn't fit because he was Dusty's son. He's like a golden boy, face of a promotion guy with a bunch of circus acrobats wanting to get their stuff in. This is freaking Dusty's son. So, like, in the present time, anyway, there's that. Whatever. Just want to address that. But yeah, go ahead, pal. Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Why, Rocky? Why, pal? Why, Rocky? Why?
Pal, this is a grandiose political checkmate that not even Terry Bollea could pull off. That Dwayne Johnson has pulled off the single greatest political checkmate in the history of professional wrestling. This man joined the board of a company just to overpower Triple H and Bruce Pritchard and Nick Khan. He managed to get Ari Emanuel to bring him on the board of the company so he can come in and say, I'm The Rock, I'm the biggest movie star, I do this and this and this, I sell this much merchandise, I want to face Roman. Who cares what Triple H thinks? Like, he literally joined the board of a company to one-up Triple H and is creative. You gotta give it up to him. That's a hell of a political checkmate from Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Terry Bollea, he little broed Bret Hart at WrestleMania 9. And then he said, I'm not letting Sting beat me clean after a year-long build-up of Crow Sting. And then Eric Bischoff on his podcast said, Sting didn't win because he wasn't tan. How is he going to get tan? He stays in the rafters every week. And then in 1999, no, what was it, 2000, Hulk Hogan told Vince Russo, I'm not putting over Jeff Jarrett. No way, pal. I'm executing my creative control. And then sued WCW for like $100 million and won for breach of character. Then in 2005, he told Vince, yeah, I'll lose to Shawn, pal. I'll lose to Shawn at SummerSlam and WrestleMania. I'll put him over. Then the day before the event, he's like, no, one match and I'm winning. Hulk Hogan lost to The Rock. This is an incredible for The Rock's legacy. This is the most impressive backstage politicking we've ever seen in the history of wrestling. Like he allowed Nick Khan and Triple H to book Cody to win the Royal Rumble, and then point at his cousin Roman Reigns, and then was just like, "Nah, I'm coming in there." And on a serious note, we don't need The Rock right now in 2024. But with all due respect to The Rock and his legend, he's a top 10 wrestler, whatever, top 5, whatever you want to do. He's one of the greatest of all time. All due respect to him. Where were you in 2016 when we were getting forced a Triple H and Roman Reigns match? Where were you then to put over your cousin and to save WrestleMania? You know, the reports are coming out now that, oh, Brock likes watching girls urinate. CM Punk tore his triceps. Oh, WWE needs me, pal. They need me. I need to save WrestleMania. No, we needed you in 2016. We needed you in 2018 when we were watching Roman vs. Brock part 155. We needed you to come put over your cousin then when you were like 10 years younger and could probably wrestle a match. We don't need you now at 51 when you can't even do a spine buster on Jinder Mahal without like nearly dying. Not a great look.
And I mean, I remember it was, especially once Roman became the tribal chief, it was 37. This is the match you've got to do. Roman, Rock. There's not really anyone else as far as like full-time or guys who could viably challenge Roman. Rock, surely. No. 38. Oh my God. It was Rock Hogan at 18. Rock Cena 28. Rock Roman 38. It's written in the stars. Big time Mania main. There's like no one else now.
We get Brock Lesnar again. Roman versus Brock again, because Rock couldn't show up.
The biggest, greatest WrestleMania match of all time, pal. I hate how they built 38. It was ridiculous. And 39, pal. It's Hollywood. Roman's been champion for 2.5 years. This makes all the sense in the world. Rock is the Hollywood guy. If you associate anyone with Hollywood, it makes all the sense in the world. You know, no, don't do that either. So you have those 3 shots where it's like, okay, well, those are your 3 chances. Okay, it's all good. The company's now in such a good place without guys like needing guys like The Rock. They're going to be fine, all good. It's Cody's moment now, 40. They march on through the WrestleMania 40s, through the 2020s. It's full-time guys. It's Gunther's, it's Cody's, it's all these guys. Trick Williams is going to be in a year or 2. All these guys. But now The Rock's back, pal. Dwayne, people's champ, pal. People's chess player. And you know, and people say, oh, but you have to because of CM Punk's tricep. You have to because of the Vince McMahon lawsuit. What? Yeah, it's like, oh, you wouldn't want Cody's moment overshadowed by the Vince McMahon stuff. So you want Rock versus Roman overshadowed by the Vince stuff? What are you saying? Like that argument doesn't make any sense to me. The Vince stuff's the Vince stuff. Okay, that's just going to play out. Vince is Vince. Most of this stuff happened at least a year, 2-3 years ago. What comes out, I put that in its own ballpark. The WWE on-screen product is its own thing. Cody needing this championship because it finishes his story and everything that comes with it, that's its own thing. I'm not being like, oh, Vince McMahon was a creepy sex pervert 5 years ago to X, Y, and Z. That ruins Cody's moment. They're totally different. But I guess people's justification, or at least some that I've seen, is, oh, well, Roman versus Rock, you have to do it this year because you can't have Cody's moment get weathered by the Vince storm. Like, what? But you want Rock Roman getting weathered by this? I don't understand, Kevin. I've not seen one argument in the, whatever it is, 3, 4, 5 days since this bombshell came out with The Rock and Roman and whatever. I haven't seen one argument I thought, fair enough. That's a good justification. There isn't one. The Rock's political chest himself, pal. TKO board. Overall, Paul Levesque's creative, pal. Paul Levesque hasn't slept 8 hours in over 6 months. Paul Levesque looks like he's about to die. How stressed he looks. He does not look well. I fear for Paul Levesque. He's already had a cardiac event 2 years ago. I'm praying for Paul Levesque here. He's sleeping an hour a night. There's blistering, pulsating, life-altering allegations and legal action and federal investigation happening on his father-in-law. Family in turmoil. His children are going to school, getting like bullied about this, saying your grandfather's a creepy weirdo. This is what's going on in the life of Paul Levesque. And here's Dwayne The Rock Johnson come in from Hollywood, join the TKO board, and put a line through all his best plans that were going to make all his wrestling fans happy. Now wrestling fans are going off. Now I want to sell my Elimination Chamber ticket because what's the point? Why would I bother going if it's just going to be, oh, Rock Ryman, pal. Rock needs his ventilator to do a spine buster. What's the point? I don't know. That's my rant. Go ahead.
Oh man, wow. I'm really hoping that this plays out with Cody winning in the end. I feel like I really like I've processed this now since Friday. I processed the stare down. I processed the promo with Cody and the hug and all this. Like, there's no way that WWE is going to do this to Cody Rhodes. It doesn't make any sense. Like, this feels like a storyline. The more that it's playing out, the more that WWE is feeding into it with social media. This feels like a well executed storyline, and it could drag out for a while. You know, they could drag this out for another 5-6 weeks. Where at the press conference, Cody's not even at the press conference. Rock and Roman have a stare down, and Michael Cole screaming, "All right, Rock and Roman, WrestleMania Night 2 main event." And then then what do we do for there? Like, you go 6 weeks of just like Rock and Roman having these scathing promos, right? And then one day Rock is just like, "Wow, you guys actually thought I was gonna wrestle? I'm not in ring shape. I haven't trained for a match." And he's just like, "I'm gonna wrestle Roman at 41. Here comes Cody. Come on, Cody. Come out here. Cash in your Royal Rumble win. Come on." Like, I don't know. It just, like, they could really milk it, pal. And they could get people really mad. Really, really mad. And get people more behind Cody. So then when Cody wins, it's even sweeter.
Well, the other thing I'll add to that, The Rock is a smart, we'll say business, well, you
Right.
think he would be at least. How The Rock going into this wouldn't know that his brand and reputation is going to get slaughtered if he does something like this. How Dwayne Johnson, at this stage of his career, all he cares about is his brand, would agree to this. His daughter has deactivated Twitter because of hate and death threats for this. The most disliked video in the history of the WWE YouTube channel. That video is like 100 million subs, hundreds and thousands of videos. This one, of all things on that channel, has nearly 650,000 dislikes.
Did you see that the second most disliked video is, like, did you see that WWE, they edited it and they took out Cody, like, walking away sadly, and they re-uploaded the video. And that's the second most disliked video in WWE's YouTube channel history. Yeah, they literally took out, like, the minute and a half of just, like, Cody and Rock hugging, Cody looking like he's about to cry, and they're like, "Oh yeah, this fits our agenda better. Here you go, pal."
Yeah, like every social media post on WWE, like on Facebook, for instance, they've updated their cover photo and it's like The Rock, like looking in the distance as the WrestleMania 40 sign. All the comments, hashtag we want Cody, angry faces, angry faces. The Rock didn't think that this could happen. The Rock just thought, oh, yeah, people are going to love it. Rock Roman. Is he that, like, I get with The Rock, there's a lot of yes men involved when you're around someone like The Rock. Right? Yeah, that'd be great, Rock. They'd love that, Rock. That'd be fantastic. These people saying this so they can feed their families because Dwayne will pay for their all that, whatever. I get maybe that, but it comes off tone deaf from The Rock's point of view. He's now come back and literally everyone hates him. Now, even if they wait 4 weeks or whatever, Kevin, and we're getting to like early March and, just what you said, Rock and Roman doing promos. And then finally, 3 weeks before WrestleMania, Rock goes, "You thought I was wrestling you, idiot. You've now got 2 weeks to prepare for Cody Rhodes, dickhead." Like, even if they do that now, yes, it would be good for this year. But I'd go, well, I've just said F The Rock for 7 straight weeks. I legitimately hate the guy now. Great job. People's champion, they say. Yeah, people's champion, my ass. Like, that's now where they're at if they do that. So I don't get it. The Rock's now ruined his reputation to me. Now, as you're going to expose in your video, pal, is the greatest political chess player this business has ever seen, pal. Look, Kevin, in 2012, CM Punk was setting the world on fire. Babyface, breaking Cena's merch records. I was buying merchandise. Everyone was buying merchandise. Rock comes in May and goes, "Hey, Vince, Royal Rumble next January. I want to work a heel for the title and beat him." And then Punk goes, "Oh, well, great. So I either have to lose the title to Daniel Bryan because The Rock said so, or I have to turn heel, lose all the make no more money from merchandise, and then face The Rock and lose to him." Great. Brilliant, Dwayne. Thanks for that. Like political chess. He gets the chess piece and goes, "Vince McMahon, Cody, move the chess piece here. Work around that, pal. It's what I said so." Because The Rock says, I don't know.
Well, in 2012 and 13, it was a little bit more defensible for a few reasons. Like, for one, the like even like within like a good amount of the wrestling fans were looking at Punk like, okay, this guy was a mid card jobber, you know, for most of his career. He doesn't really look like a wrestler. He's not believable. He's not a star. You know, there was more negatives you could point to with Punk, and there was more people were like, whatever, like who cares. But with this, like with Cody, it's like, okay, this guy already went through a year and a half long's worth adversity. He got injured 2 months into his return, wrestled with a torn pec, came back, lost the big main event. Like he's been like, we already built him up as a babyface. People want to see him win, and then he has the casuals. He has a good fan base. Like people look at him and they're like, yeah, that guy's a star. That guy looks like a wrestler. He's got the physique. He's got the look. He's got the merchandise. He's got the bleach blonde hair. He looks like a star. He doesn't have the negatives against him that Punk had. He talks like a star. He shows up in a suit. You know, he's not showing up in gym shorts and a white shirt like Punk did. You know, he looks like a star, acts like a star. He could do all the mainstream appearances. He's on the cover of the video game. The video game is marketed around finish your story. They don't need The Rock right now. Cody's the biggest star in the company. Cody's the biggest babyface that WWE's had in over a decade. It's since Daniel Bryan, and it's more sustainable than Daniel Bryan.
Yeah.
And it's going to keep going and going, and he's still going to be around. You know, he's not going to do like Punk and walk out, I don't think. There's no way he's going to walk away from like $10 million and a tour bus and all this merchandise and video game covers that he's getting. I don't see it. And either way, he could just outlast The Rock's political chess, and he can go on to main event the next 7 WrestleManias if he wants anyway. So, but like a quarter, at least a quarter of the people won't be watching when Cody's main eventing 41, 42, and 43 because the Rock will have drove them all, like most of them away.
Correct. Over the People's Champ, pal. And yeah, so you mentioned compared to Punk, and then I see people bring up Daniel Bryan as well. I'm like, obviously Daniel Bryan's one of the top 30 whatever all time. Legend. Objectively speaking, he got injured in 2014 because he was 5'4", fighting ripped, steroided filled heavyweights, so a 6'5", throwing him around every night, slamming on his neck. Cody's the same size and as jacked as all these other guys. He fits along with all the other main eventers. This isn't a 5'4" guy with a scraggly beard and hair everywhere. They're clearly like, are you going to let Daniel Bryan looking like that and how he looked in 2014 go on Jimmy Kimmel as the face of your company? No. That was the whole storyline that they were telling on TV. This is clearly your guy, pal. The adversity thing's amazing. We've been over that to death. But, pal, Cody wrestled a match with a torn pec that was match of the year. I guess that wasn't good enough adversity. He needed to face more adversity. Anyway, it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out, pal. This has me intrigued, but it's a fine, dangerous line here because I'm just like, this is a joke. Like, if there's anything besides going back to Cody versus Roman, any alternative, I'm done. Like, no.
Yeah, I just can't picture. Go ahead. Let me cut you off. Good.
I was going to, because if the outcome is just, okay, we get to April 2024, pal, Roman Reigns is back sending home with his title, pal. He's on the road to Hogan's 14 whatever days. Go ahead.
Yeah, I can't picture a world where WrestleMania 40, night 1 features Cody versus Rollins, like third to last. And Cody just beats Rollins, and he's like, okay, I got the consolidation prize of the century, pal. And then McIntyre's like, it's a mid-card match with Jimmy Uso or something. And then like the WrestleMania goes off the air night 2. Or not night 2, not goes off the air, but the main event of WrestleMania 40 night 2 is Rock and Roman having a stare down while people are booing and throwing popcorn into the ring. Like, this is gonna be in Philadelphia, bro. It's like hostile as it gets. People are going to be booing this. Like, they'll be booing Rock's entrance, Roman's entrance. They're going to be booing, chanting, we want Cody. I just can't fathom a world where WWE puts on a product like that. It just doesn't make any sense. I mean, they could pull the swerve of all swerves, where they even build this up until the last possible second, where, like, The Rock's music hits, and he's like, he walks out in, like, his gym gear, and he's like, yeah, I'm not wrestling, bro. Like, I'm not wrestling. Here's Cody. Here's what you want. You want Cody. Yeah, I'm giving you Cody. They could milk it to the last possible second like that. By then, people will be so pissed if they do that. If they make you think up until the last second that Rock and Roman are going to wrestle, and then Rock is like, here's Cody. Throw him out there. You know, they do this storyline where Cody's like, I don't have a match going into WrestleMania, bro. I'm gonna do like Cena in 2018. I'm gonna sit with fans and eat popcorn and drink soda and watch the watch the show with the patrons of Philadelphia. And then Rock comes out. He's like, he gets in the ring. Rock and Roman do the stare down. He's like, hold on, Jack, hold on. And he goes in. He goes outside into the crowd. He's like, come on, Cody, come on. You got your gear. Come on, come on, come on. You're gonna wrestle Roman. Come on.
I know. Yeah, and just one of my final thought here. I love that because if Rock versus Roman goes ahead and just Cody's not involved or like whatever, it's going to be Brock versus Roman from WrestleMania 34 in New Orleans. There's going to be beach balls. There's going to be this match sucks. We want refunds. It's not going to be good. If it's just the Rock's getting headlocked by Roman for 5 straight minutes, you're a Samoan bitch. You ain't no head of the table, and he's just doing that for 5 minutes. The crowd will be chanting, "We want Cody. We want Cody." Like that's all it would be. But pal, I guess you listen to a small minority of the audience, pal. It's a dream match. Okay, great. Cena versus Hogan was a dream match in the 2010s. I'm sure Hogan was in pretty good shape in the 2010s. Doesn't mean we need to see it in space of something that needs to happen. But it's Rock, right? And great. Do it in Saudi then, if it matters so much to you. I thought you... What?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. It is a dream match. That's the thing. That match needs to be for the head of the table. That's what it needs to be. We don't need to have Rock and Roman wrestling for a prop championship. But Rock's gonna win the title, and then what? Oh, all right, guys. I'll see you at the next Fast and Furious premiere. Like, he's gonna hold the title for 2 years and not defend it one time. He's just gonna be making appearances, pal.
I had the best idea. Back to Drew McIntyre. What they can do to really push this storyline. Drew McIntyre, he doesn't face Seth Rollins. He doesn't face any big star. Drew McIntyre, Ace Steel, one-on-one, WrestleMania. All right, you got Ace Steel's wife's dog in Ace Steel's corner. Drew McIntyre is looking down the barrel of the camera, headlocking Ace Steel. Going, "This is for you, Phil. This is for you. Watch out, clown." Yeah, that'd be blistering.
Yeah, that'd be amazing. Yeah, then we'll get the Rock, Cody, and Roman triple threat, pal. Cody will just back out. He'll let them have their stare down, let the crowd cheer. Cody just get out the ring.
But can you imagine? I'm just picturing this now as you're saying this. The amount of BS and like overbooking. If that was a triple threat match with Cody, Roman, and The Rock, could you imagine? You'll have like Adam Pearce running down, pulling a referee along. You'll have Nick Aldis like yelling at Sikoa, "Get off the apron." You got Paul Heyman sobbing. The Rock's like putting people through barricades. Cody's crying. You got Pharaoh at ringside. Brandy's hugging little Brody. Like the amount of drama in that match, confetti. If there was a triple threat, everyone's booing The Rock. F you, Rocky. Like it's just unbelievable. Like that would be a car crash. I don't want to say it. I want to say Cody beat Roman, be done with it. Roman Rock 41. Rock can have a year to train his cardio and get off the roids, so the match would actually be better. And then we'll be good. Oh, but The Rock's in good shape, pal. Hogan's in good shape, and he's 70. Do you want to see him wrestle as well? Idiots. I don't know.
So I'm going to close with this. I'm going to put this out in the air. I said infamously a few weeks ago that when Rock came out and cut that, The Rock is going to sit at the head of the table at lunch in San Diego. When he cut that promo, I said it's going to lead to nothing. Rock just did it just to do it. I really think at the press conference, we're going to get Rock and Cody hugging. And Cody's going to be like, "Yeah, I brought my boy Rock in as an enforcer." Like, that's what I meant when I said I needed counsel. I need The Rock in my corner. And boom. Big wrestle. That's as big as you could do. Like, that's as big as this match could be. You have Cody marching down to the ring with The Rock in his corner. The Rock's like fighting Samoans. You got Jacob Fatu makes his debut at WrestleMania 40 in Philadelphia. Rock's like beating his cousin senseless. He's beating up Jimmy Uso. He's beating up Paul Heyman. He's beating up Solo. That would turn this into a really good and fascinating storyline. And then they could do the whole thing where, Cody wins the match. He's celebrating, yada, yada, yada. And then after the match, after Cody gets his big moment, Rock gets in the ring, tells Roman, "I'm coming for you next year, bitch. Head of the table. I'm the head of the table. Remember, I put this family on the map. WrestleMania 41, you and me." Like that, that to me, that makes the most sense. I think that's what's going to happen at the press conference. Maybe I'm like delusional. I'm talking myself into something that's not real.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I just can't see Rock and Roman being the main event of WrestleMania 40 and WWE just being tone deaf. I can't see it. Like I think Rock's gonna be in Cody's corner. Like Cody's gonna be like, bro, it's The Rock. Like, of course I had to give him a grandiose entrance to be in my corner.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not just gonna come out 2 weeks before the show and be like, yeah, bro. By the way, I got Dwayne here. Dwayne's my
Yeah.
manager. So I think that's what's gonna happen. Putting that out in the
Yeah.
air.
Agree, and yeah, I'll just say, I mean, and can you imagine, let's say, a segment like the go home show to go home SmackDown to WrestleMania. You know, like it's a fever pitch. They do the massive brawl. The Rock's throwing hands to Solo Sikoa. Cody's down there. He dives onto Ryman. Nick Aldis is like throwing Samoans off of referees are out there. Like there's carnage. You got, you know, the commentary screaming. Like that's how you sell it. You don't sell it with Rock, the most hated man in the business now, against Ryman, who everyone's sick of. That doesn't work. So there you go, pal. Great point to end. We'll call it there.
There it is, pal. All right, we'll talk to you guys later. Peace.